Hey.
Welcome back to the podcast.
The boys are back in town. What do you know? The boys are back in town.
Brought us a little treat.
Got a little treat today. So, Birdie Carp 69 over here has got the cucumber water. A bit of a cucumber fiend.
That's right.
And I don't like cucumber, but I'm gonna try it.
Would you like me to pour you some?
Just a little bit. We're doing it live on the podcast. First time taste test. Whoa. Got a big quantity there.
There was a time that I went to a gas station and I accidentally bought the cucumber Powerade instead of the lemon lime.
It
was
move.
disgusting, dude.
Rookie move.
The color is just like slightly off from the lemon lime.
Man, you said you couldn't smell it. You were lying.
Yeah, not from that.
It don't smell bad though. Like, I've had cucumber flavored things and I kind of like it.
Well,
but this is real cucumber, so I don't know.
So, this is legit. That's artificial.
But it kind of smells. It smells like the artificial stuff. It smells good.
But it's real. You were there when I bought it.
Yeah, I know, bro. That's zucchini water. That ain't even cucumber water. That's zucchini water.
It said
you're
zucchini.
you're tricking me.
It was in the wrong spot.
All right. How is it? Taste good?
Yeah, it needs to sit a little longer, but
let's find out. Here we go.
Do you feel healthier?
It really tastes like water.
That's all it is. But with some cucumber in it. I think the way I diced it up really opened the inside of it up so I could sit in there better.
Yeah, it's got such a slight hint of cucumber that even if you don't like cucumber, you can easily drink this. I mean, I don't like cucumbers at all. The only time I ever ate a cucumber actually was in Japan, and I don't know why, but I mean, I always hate cucumber when I'm here, but I went over there and like my girlfriend was eating one just straight up, like she just had it and she was just like, just eating it raw,
just gobbling
but
it.
she putting salt on it.
Yeah.
But I took it and I ate it with a bite of salt. I didn't like it very much. I ate it without any salt. I thought it was all right. I was like eating cucumber.
So she liked it with salt?
She liked it with salt.
I
I thought the salt made it worse though.
I think I've seen people do that, put salt on them and just eat them like potato chips.
I wasn't a big fan of that, but when I ate it like raw, I guess what you call it,
Mm-hmm.
it was better. It was good. I ate it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. I suggest to everybody to go buy one of these. It's like a pitcher with, it's got like a cork right in the middle, a bunch of holes in it, and then you can put any fruit in there, chop them up. Make sure to wash your fruit and vegetables first, and then cut them up.
Stay clean.
Put them in there. And it's been sitting for what, 30, 45 minutes now?
Not long.
Not even that long, I don't feel
long.
like. So, and for being that big,
yeah.
I mean, it's already absorbed a lot of flavor.
Indeed, yeah. True.
So you're gonna drink this and then you're gonna drink some Mountain Dew?
Yeah, I'm probably done with that. Unless I run out of the dew, later on I might have you pour me another glass.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, I just
Would you drink it if they had cucumber flavored Mountain Dew? Cucumber flavored Diet Mountain Dew.
Cucumber flavored Diet Mountain Dew? I would definitely try. Definitely.
Okay, next podcast, I'll buy one of those for you. I'll
did
what I did here. I did exactly what I did here, and he'll be drinking it that way.
Well, listen, let me tell you something. I hate when soda is poured into a glass. I don't know what it is.
Like from a can or
anything.
A bottle?
Can or a bottle.
What about if you go to eat and you go up to the fountain?
So somehow that's the best option available. That's better than anything.
Yeah, there's a lot of fountain soda that's better than bottled and canned soda.
Fountains are the best.
They
Bottles,
are or aren't?
They are.
Okay.
I had something on my lip there. Dang. But fountains, number 1. Bottles, number 2. Cans, number 3. But 2-liter bottles, dead last.
Yeah, 2 liters go flat real quick.
Like regular bottles, number 2, easily.
I mean, I think
glass bottles above plastic bottles.
Yeah,
as well.
I was gonna say the glass bottles.
Like if you get a root beer and it's not in a glass bottle, then you might as well literally just throw it away. you've ruined the experience.
You've wasted your money.
You've wasted your money if you get a root beer. It's not in a glass bottle.
Okay.
Straight up.
So, working at Walmart, obviously, even you have. Have you ever tried the like great value stuff?
Which one?
Just any of it. Like you ever like buy something, you're like, oh, let me
I've
try
been
the
eating great value my whole life. What are you
cool.
talking about? Man, we like to
Note
save
that.
money in the Freeman house.
You dang right.
Like to save that money. All right, so
That green.
So
I used to get the 12 packs of cream sodas in the
okay.
cans, the great value cream sodas.
Yep.
And those were the best canned sodas that Great
Really?
Value makes. It's like, because you're like Dr. Thunder, okay.
It's
Coke,
alright.
okay. But it's something about that cream soda after it sat in there overnight. Just
In
like,
the fridge.
yeah, dude. It's sick.
You could be like a sound actor after that one. Let me know down in the comments
What you thought of that.
Rate that out of 10, because I want to give my rating right now. That was a 10.
Was it good?
I thought that was kind of unbelievable. Actually,
Wow.
like I don't know who could make a better sound than that.
If you think you can, well, just get on the podcast with us.
Come on the
All right?
podcast. Come on the podcast. Let us know what you thought of that. I thought it was a 10. I'll be honest.
Thanks,
Put it
bud.
in the comments.
Thanks. So,
Oh, your elbow good?
I'm fine.
Did I just slam it down? No?
No.
Okay.
So,
Thought I did you dirty for a second there.
no, you're fine.
Go ahead.
So, our choice of drink when we were living in Florida,
Yeah.
obviously water. But the only soda we would buy to bring home
Mhm.
was a 2-liter ginger ale, Great Value.
Interesting.
Yeah. That
You
stuff
know-
was amazing. Sit overnight again, get it
course.
out the next day.
Of
Dude,
course.
it's great.
You know, I just had ginger ale for like the first time. I'm not gonna say I've never had it before, but I've had it. Maybe I had it. I think I only had it one other time in the past. So, essentially, like the first time, pretty much. You know,
Okay.
just like
which
2 or
one?
3 days ago.
Which one did you
The
get?
green can, whatever that is.
Like Seagrams or whatever?
Something like that. Irish.
Oh,
I don't know. Is it?
They're all green.
I don't know.
think.
It's green.
But Seagrams is like the big one.
Okay, probably. Or maybe
If
it's
I'm
with a
even-
P.
I wouldn't know.
I don't know either. But
Where'd
I
you
had
try
it.
that?
I had it at a friend's house. They had it.
The Sweepies or whatever?
Nope.
It was like green and a yellow thing, and in the yellow it said Sweepies.
No, it's not Sweepies. I'm pretty sure it started with a P, like Pierre.
That stuff is water, right? I could be wrong.
What are you talking about? Sweepies?
Is it in a glass bottle?
No.
Oh, okay. Never
No,
mind.
it's in cans. Maybe it was Seagrams. Dude, I don't know. I thought Seagrams was alcohol.
Anyway, tried it for the first time with it.
Try it for the
okay,
first time. No, but what
I did too.
what's up?
Hopefully, I'm saying this right.
What?
The Seagrams.
Seagrams.
Yeah, I thought it was alcohol too.
Oh, yeah. I always heard of Seagrams alcohol.
Yo,
Is it the same brand?
I don't
It
know.
must be, right? No, maybe not.
Dang,
Probably.
I don't know.
Let us know.
Sober gang over
Sober
here.
gang.
We don't know anything.
Sober gang, we didn't be drinking. No, but
Just this cucumber water.
the cucumber. So
What'd you think of?
the cucumber?
No, the ginger ale.
Oh, it's good. I mean, it didn't taste like anything special. You drink a ginger ale and you really don't feel like you're drinking something new. It doesn't taste like it's not like a new taste.
Right.
It's a very familiar taste. So it was nothing crazy. I just drink it. The reason I wanted to say something about that was that it's very interesting how, like, when you have some weird experience, then like you'll immediately like be like it'll come up again right after. You know what I mean? So like for that, I never drink ginger ale in my life, and then I have it a few days ago, and now here we are talking about ginger ale. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like, but those kind of things, like you can always think like, oh, it's just a coincidence, or like it can be explained as like, well, since you never had it in the past, then when it was talked about, you never made that connection. So of course, it's just a coincidence that like it happened, and you make the connection like just a few days later, because you're thinking about it because you had it. But there are some things that like don't follow that rule.
Yeah.
Like I don't have like a good example right now, but there have definitely been times when I thought of something, like just randomly, like hadn't thought about it in like years, and then just thought about it, and then saw it the next day.
Yeah.
And that's not something that happens because that's too coincidental.
It's like when people are like, crazy. You buy a yellow car, then you see yellow cars everywhere.
Yeah, but like those, like there are some things that are like really specific, but they happen like a bit too often to just be like coincidences.
Okay, so I agree. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of examples, but I've felt them plenty of times.
Right.
Yeah.
Like too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
It's like I live in Arkansas, and then there's an Arkansas map behind us right here.
Yeah.
I put on sunglasses. You're wearing sunglasses. You put on a hat.
All right, these are terrible examples. These are some terrible examples. Those some duty flakes.
Okay, so let me tell you real quick.
Tell me.
The first time I ever drank ginger ale, or remembering drinking ginger ale, was on an airplane.
Okay.
When I was younger. So every time I think of ginger ale, I think of an airplane drink.
Oh, okay.
And it has no caffeine as well. And I try not to drink too much caffeine. I do drink coffee in the morning. I have a wannabe Keurig over here.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it works great, but I'll put a pot in there, and I drink about 3/4 of the cup every day, and then I pour the rest of it out. Dang. Not that other quarter would make a difference, but I try to stay away from the caffeine as much as I can.
I should. I don't. I quit caffeine for about a month, and then I pulled the classic mind games with myself, where I was like, I got off caffeine completely, and I used to drink 2 energy drinks a day plus like sodas.
Dang.
So, and I had a system where like first energy drink would be like a bang, so it'd be like 300 milligrams caffeine.
Yeah.
And then second energy drink would be like a monster, so it'd be like 150, 200 maybe. So I'd be getting like 450 to 500 just from energy drinks, and then I'd drink sodas and no water, just absolutely no water, and so I got COVID, and my mom would not get me energy drinks while I was on COVID. And so I stopped drinking energy drinks because I was isolated for 2 weeks, and I didn't have anyone to bring me a drink. Right?
Could you taste the energy drinks or anything?
What do you mean?
When you had COVID? Because I know a lot of people, like myself, have lost.
That was like the 3rd time I got it, and I think I could taste on that time. I'm pretty sure I could still taste that time.
Dang.
Actually, I think every time I got COVID, I almost had no symptoms. The first time, I'm sure you remember we worked together the first time I got it at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
I got COVID. This is a funny story. Well, I don't know. We might get canceled. I might get canceled for this. But I lost my like taste and smell, but I still went to work because I wasn't convinced that it was COVID. I was like, oh, I'm probably fine. It's just a cold or something. And so I still went to work. And then I remember going into the back. And you remember in the meat, what do you call it, like closet, meat freezer?
The meat closet?
Yeah, the meat closet.
I'm going to start calling it that.
That's where I go to pause. All right, so in the meat freezer, you had that trash bucket, that trash bin.
Oh yeah,
you
with
put
all
the
waste.
like waste and guts and like spoiled meat and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember, bro, I went back there one day and it was just full. It was just full of like smelly, nasty chicken, beef, guts, disgusting, and they always smelled terrible, right? It always smelled like ungodly.
Can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Did you throw up in that?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say that's wild.
We're about to get there. No, we're about to get there. So I lost my taste and smell. I went in there and I was like, guys, I need to test something out. I opened it up and I went.
Yeah.
Nothing.
That's awesome.
I really couldn't believe it. I also just stopped my ears up completely while I need to take a drink.
Dang.
I want to bring some up later, but anyways, I did that. Bro, having COVID, all right, listen, we're getting canceled in the first 15 minutes of this episode, but having COVID was awesome. I miss having COVID. I wish I could have COVID.
Dang.
I wish I could have half of COVID forever.
Watch what you say, just like the ginger ale. It snuck up on you in 3 days. All right? I'm not wishing any of this.
Yeah, bro, I just mentioned COVID. I'm gonna have it in a few days.
Yeah.
Apparently it's going back around right now too.
Oh my gosh.
No, bro, listen. When I didn't have the sense of smell, I felt like I had superpowers. Now I really miss tasting things. I miss the tasting things. But when I couldn't smell, I feel like I had superpowers, bro. Like, dude, you're invincible. You're invincible when you don't have to smell things. It's wild. It's so nice.
Dang. All
right, listen. So here's what I want to say. So earlier, I took a drink of water and I swished it around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did a little swishy poo.
I give that a 4 of 10, by the way.
My sound effect?
Yeah.
No, that was a 2.
Okay.
I could maybe get him with a. I can't do it like you. Give me a swish. Give me a non. No. That's cheating. That's cheating, bro. All right. Give me a swish. Yo, that ain't no swish.
I do that in my Ryan's ear sometime. I'm like,
bro, why does that sound like the bubbles floating up in the intro to SpongeBob episode?
Dog, put me on. Y'all make any more episodes? Put me on.
I can't do it like you, but are you flicking it or are you like?
My tongue's just like.
Dang. Can you roll your R's? Can you go?
Here we go.
How you do that?
Anybody can do that. Just do that.
Oh, no. All right.
Real quick, I had a friend that could like glee.
Oh yeah, I do.
Let's
that
not
sometimes.
try that.
I can't do it on command though.
I do it on accident.
I do it on accident all the time. I wish I could.
In like people's face.
I wish. I wish I could do it on command, bro.
I'm kidding. I don't do that, but
all right, well, listen,
I've done it.
Listen, I just want to say this now before I forget. Tune in next time. I haven't ran this over with them yet, but we're hoping to have a guest on, and we might get some hypnotism action going.
Yeah.
So tune in next episode. Check that out. Kind of cool. Pretty cool. We'll be doing some some goofing. Anyways, let me ask you a question.
Hold up.
So,
are we still on the same topic?
what topic?
Talking about
Sound effects?
I guess. I was gonna finish up the ginger ale bit.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, it's like an airplane beverage, right? So every time every time I think of that,
back to say that. Okay,
I think of the airplane, or just flying an airplane.
Yeah. Okay.
Just whatever. Okay, so last time I flew an airplane, I think was April. It was early April. I was flying from Orlando to Arkansas, right? Me and Ryan were.
Yeah.
We were coming home. So it was like 7 at night, something like that. We get to the airport, and I go to Auntie Anne's that's in our terminal, and I wanted a coffee.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a large coffee. Like, this dude brewed it fresh because they didn't have any. And I don't know if it was how fresh it was or what. But I got the coffee, and I drank it so late. Usually I don't have an issue with drinking coffee so late at night. And I get on the airplane. Well, I drink most of the coffee first. Then I get on the airplane because I'm trying to stay awake. It's like been working my rear end off. And we take off.
Working man.
Or we start to take off, and I start getting really jittery and very anxious.
Yeah.
And I started having a panic attack, caffeine rush, caffeine high, whatever you want to call it.
Gosh.
But I started panicking on the airplane, and we're literally like taxiing off how to take off, and I'm like, they're not going to turn around for me. But I didn't want to be that guy either. That's like, hey, stop the whole plane for me, you know?
Oh gosh. Yeah. Of course.
So we were flying from Orlando to Atlanta. That was about an hour and 45 minutes, I guess. And we started taking off, and I just started freaking out.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to alarm anybody on the airplane or anything like
right,
that. I'm just like,
That part makes it worse, though, because you're thinking about
about
other things.
And I'm like, I'm in a little, like, tube. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
In a sky. And I was like, you've got to calm me down, you know. Mm-hmm. And I started freaking out. And 5-10 minutes go by, and I'm finally like calm, and I get some of her water. You know, I think that's gonna calm me down. Right. So I'm calm for 15 more minutes maybe, and then I start losing my brain again. And this time, one of the stewardess was walking by, and I was like, come here real quick. Like, I'm freaking out. Not because of flying. I've flown billions of times.
I got you.
And I was like, is there any way you can give me some water? And this dude goes to the back. Thank God for him. He comes back and, like, he's not supposed to give anybody drinks yet because we're not that far in the flight. And he, like, slaps it on my chest and, like, holds it there. And then I grab it, you know, just to kind of be secret about it. And I just started drinking them, dude. And I started calming down. And I don't want to say it's the water that helped me, but in a way I feel like it was. I think it was just...
You might have got hot. Like, sometimes heat will rush over you, you know? And it'll make you have that feeling. And that water might have cooled you down.
Right.
Maybe. Maybe.
No, especially living down there, it was always hot. So my body was always warm no matter what I did.
You know, sometimes, like, you get caffeine and, like, it warms you up. Caffeine definitely warms you up, that's for sure. Because I drink a lot of caffeine, so I can say. And
like I was saying, it was fresh. But anyway, I think I calmed down.
You kind of feel those waves, like, sometimes, you know. So
I think I calmed down because the guy was such a, like, great person in my eyes. I was like, yo, this guy's helping me. And when you, like, sense help a lot of times, you're like, you start calming down and whatnot, which Rye was great. I looked like a jackass, you know, and she just like, oh, just calm down. Bro, she turns Toy Story on.
Yeah, I remember you told me about
on that. The plane, or on the seat in front of us. And there's no headphones. Like, we can't, like, I have my AirPods, but I can't connect them.
Headphones?
No. It was too short of a flight.
Oh, I
got you. But it had subtitles, so I'm over here reading, like, Toy Story subtitles, and the chicken, and the chick in front of us is watching, like, Charlotte's Web, and I've seen it a long time ago, but I was like, that movie's trash. So anyway, Rye turned Toy Story on because literally one of my favorite movies came out the year I was born.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
the original.
Yeah.
Nice.
So anyway, that's why I cut back so much on caffeine. I didn't drink it.
I got you.
I didn't drink it for a week or two, maybe.
Well.
And
I guess I didn't even finish what I was saying earlier. You know, I quit caffeine completely, and I played that game with myself where I was like, well, now that I don't drink caffeine, you know, now that, you know, after like a month, I was like, oh, well, now I can say that I don't drink caffeine. Now I can say that. Well, a person who doesn't drink caffeine can still enjoy a caffeinated beverage
every once in a while. Yeah.
So then, my dad likes to drink those tiny bottles of Diet Coke, like the mini bottles of Diet Coke, because if he drinks a full one, then he'll waste a lot of it sometimes.
Yeah.
So he gets the mini bottles. And I was like, well, you know, maybe like every once in a while, I could have a little mini bottle of Diet Coke. So, you know, I get home one day and I'm like, all right, I'm starting to think this way. And I grab a bottle and I drink it, and it was the most heavenly drink I'd ever had in my life, because it had been like a month without soda at that point. So it was just delicious. And then I'm like, all right, well, you know, if I do this just every couple of days, it's not a big deal. So, you know, like, I skip a day. I forced myself to skip a day or maybe 2 days. I had another one. And, you know, over time, it became like, all right, well, I could have one every day. It's not a big deal. And then it just, you know, and then you just get back into drinking them every day.
Well, just like
and
that.
So then I got back into drinking like Diet Cokes for every drink, you know, like no water anymore. And now I'm at the point where I'm drinking like an energy drink. Well, just one a day. I will never drink two again. But I've been kind of doing one a day.
What, 2 Diet Cokes a day?
No, like one energy drink a day. And then just whatever soda I want.
Gotcha.
But I want to cut back on that again, but right now I just don't care too much, to be honest, about that at the moment.
Yeah.
I know there's coming a day where I'm going to need to stop drinking caffeine.
Well, not completely.
Well, it'll be a lot easier.
But you don't drink coffee. It's easier for me because I'm like, I can get a little coffee in the morning. That's it.
Yeah. I don't like coffee very much, so I can't drink it. But there'll be a time where I need to stop, and it'll kind of be forced on me to stop, and I'll stop then. So.
Well, okay. So, yeah, you should. Okay, so you did say you went a full month without drinking caffeine.
Yeah, I did.
It feels great when you get on a right sleep schedule and you're not taking that caffeine in.
Yes. You wake up a lot easier.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because ever since that incident, like, there was for a span there that I didn't drink it, and I was like, wow, I'm feeling different. But it was crazy because, like, I felt like a big part of my life was getting taken away from me because
dude, it's like that.
My mom was giving me coffee when I was like 2-3 years old. It was not good, but she would like milk it up.
Yeah. Because
like down in New Orleans, where she's from, they make it's like a traditional thing called like coffee milk, basically. and you literally like it's half coffee, half milk. But she made it in this Minnie Mouse plastic cup that she had for the longest time. And I don't know, because you know, like if you drink out of like we were talking, drinking out of glass or cans or whatever it is.
It's different.
It's different. This specific mug
Yeah.
was so amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if like everything had changed from since then and now. Like maybe the creamer changed or maybe the coffee milk actual thing changed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Maybe it's the way she makes coffee.
It doesn't hit.
No, it does not hit like it used to.
It can never, bro. It never can. Like, I had a friend send me a meme a few days ago that was something about, like, you know, when you were swimming in the pool or, like, and you get out and you eat that, like, that turkey ham, that ham and cheese sandwich with Doritos on top, bro. And it's just unbelievable.
Like, smash it between the bread?
Yes, bro. I literally replied, I said, we will never taste something that good again.
Never, ever.
We will never be delighted in that way.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever, like... Well, we both worked at McDonald's before, too.
Man, I made some creations at McDonald's, if that's what you're about to talk about.
Well,
I had some,
but no.
I had some new menu items.
We can talk about it.
I would have made McDonald's into billionaires.
But have you ever put...
Trillionaires.
French fries on your burger?
Yeah, I did that in the past.
Okay.
Maybe not from McDonald's, though. Well, probably, but when I was like a really little kid, so I don't remember.
Okay, so we need to go to McDonald's together sometime, because that's one place we've never been together.
On the next pod.
Okay.
No,
look.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not saying eat McDonald's. I'm not. But if you get that 2 cheeseburger combo.
Yeah.
I always get it plain. I don't like the extra crap on it.
Me too.
But if you get that 2 cheeseburger combo, before you even touch your fries, put them on both sandwiches so you have enough for the sandwich, and then eat the rest of the fries.
Listen.
But put some ketchup on it. Make it plain with ketchup.
Nah.
It is so good, dude.
Here's what I do. I'll give you guys the tip. First off, get the McDonald's mobile app.
Just the tip.
That's all.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the podcast. Glad to have you guys in. Get the McDonald's mobile app. Step number 1.
He's right about this.
Go to the deals. Step number 2. You can get the buy one get one McDouble or double cheese actually.
The BOGO. No,
dude, it's a slapping deal, bro. Because you go to McDonald's, if you get 2 McDoubles, if you order 2 McDoubles at the window, right, you can get 1 for regular price and 1 for $1. Or you can go on the deals and you can get a double cheese.
Yeah,
twice the cheese.
But
for
it's 29 cents though.
Free.
It's 29 cents extra, unless you were getting it before.
But the second one's free.
No, you buy one and get the second one for 29 cents.
No, on the deals, it is BOGO.
Maybe every one of them is different, just about.
Oh, is it?
So yeah.
See, I don't know that. It's BOGO, bro. It's buy one get one. So
it's still a deal.
I've been getting that a lot recently, actually. But I don't think I prefer fries on the sandwich.
Yo.
And I definitely don't prefer ketchup. I like it plain. I like it plain. The way that cheese melts. So something about McDonald's cheese is just like different.
Yeah.
The way that cheese melts and like combines in with the meat when you chew it up in your mouth. Dude, listen, McDonald's gets a lot of hate, but they're delicious.
Yeah.
The sandwiches at McDonald's are delicious. You can't deny that.
They're
fantastic.
The downhill of McDonald's is how expensive it is getting.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
that's why you got to get that mobile app though. Like I'm eating cheap. And dude, those Subway coupons, lifesavers.
Good, but I'm just $3 for a double cheeseburger. I remember when McDoubles were $1 when I was working there.
I do too. Bro.
This is 8 years ago.
I miss that time.
What's going on? I know what's going on, but like really, like in some states, like the meals, like up in Jersey, apparently I've seen like posts and memes that some meals are like $16.
Gosh,
I don't know if that's legit or not.
That's that Biden inflation.
Sheesh.
So I want to ask you something. This is what I was going to talk about earlier, and then you went back to the plane story.
Well, the plane story's over.
Plane story's over, so now it's...
So let's continue.
My turn. So, I made some sounds earlier, and it just reminded me of something, the sounds and everything.
Go.
You know what ASMR is? Have you heard of it?
Yes. Well, someone said that the other day.
Who?
Don't remember.
Okay. It's irrelevant. You ever watch? I don't know. You don't really watch. I mean, you can, I guess, but it's more like listen.
Okay.
You ever listen?
No, I guess not. Because I'm not surely aware of what the definition is.
That might have been me who said it the other day, because I actually remember telling you something about it.
Re-explain it then, because it may have been you.
I'm just curious because, well, somebody...
And I might sound stupid for not knowing, but...
This might jog your memory. I'm not going to say the person, but a person that we both knew in the past got me hooked on it against my will.
Oh, okay.
So this unnamed person showed it to me, and I promised them that I would check it out later. I did, and even though I thought, like before that, I thought ASMR was like, I seriously thought it was like some like sexual, like kind of thing, like like really weird like sexual thing, and it kind of is, but like. Let me rephrase that.
Hold up, I'm gonna be silent, but I'm about to look this up.
Okay, go ahead. It's like, it's
Should I ask it on Facebook?
Ask what?
Just post. What is ASMR?
Oh, you're googling the name for it? Oh,
yeah.
You want me to explain what it is?
Yeah, that's what I said.
ASMR is I don't know what it stands for. It's like auditory systematic reproduction minus. That's definitely not it. Auditory something. Auditory something.
Okay.
Minus reproduction. Anyways, it's just where they talk like this. They whisper. It's like they whisper, They whisper, and I'm like, and then they try to do like a sound like.
Okay, what'd you say it was?
Auditory something. What is it? Let me see. Oh, autonomous sensory meridian response. See, that's what I'm saying. Basically, like what they talk about in ASMR, or what they say that it causes, is what's called like tingles. But I hate these words. Whoever comes up with these words need to be like gunned down, low key. But it causes these tingles where you just get like a weird feeling, basically. So like,
is it like goosebumps?
In a way, yeah. But you don't goosebump. But like it's a bit different. But anyways, man, like this person they forced me to listen to it. And I did, and I wasn't interested at first, but then like somehow it like got stuck in it, like it was like on my mind one day.
I remember.
And I checked it out again, and like you just can't stop once you're in it. It literally is like cocaine, bro. It's like you try it out, and then you might think about it a little bit. A few days later, you go back to it, try it again, and you're just like hooked on it, bro. It's like.
And it's free.
It's unfair. Yeah, it's free.
That's
you can
awesome.
just listen. And I really got addicted to like listening to it while I play video games, or like while I was doing homework.
So it's people whispering?
They're just like whispering, like, or like they be talking sometimes. Like,
sounds like NPR podcast.
They'll be talking about stuff. So like they say like, listen, I'm really not into like I'm not into like the ASMR community. I just enjoy like the like idea of ASMR, I guess. It does give you like tingles. It does. It really does.
All right.
But like the stuff that they put into ASMR, I'm not a fan of. So like a lot of the stuff is like these like positive affirmation kind of BS. So they're like, "You are perfect just the way you are."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No, I ain't." Nope. No thanks. Or like they'll be like, "You are or like they'll be having like some weird stuff like they be doing a lot of weird goofy stuff, man.
Yeah,
like I'm not
like a bunch of creeps.
Yeah, I'm not into all that. Like I just like to hear the whispers or like the sounds in my ear. Like that's it. I'm not there for like whatever like show they're putting on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But listen, anyways. So, but what I was trying to say earlier, like I thought it was like a sexual thing, but like. I think they kind of make it sexual in a way because they know it's going to attract more like people, more guys, basically. Like, but that's definitely not like, I'm literally like, I don't even watch the videos. Like I listen to it while I play games or something, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So like, I never just sit there and watch an ASMR. I've never done that. Just sat there and watch a video of ASMR. Like that would be, you'd probably be kind of weird if you did that. But like, the girls, they definitely, like, when you click on the video, you can see that, like, they're dressing up, like, scantily. Like, they're trying to get guys coming in to, like, feel like they're getting some treatment,
Oh, yeah.
Or, like, there's some videos. Like, literally, sometimes I'll go in my history and I'll see, like, the wildest videos. Because, like I said, I don't even see the videos because I'll be playing, like, Rocket League. and it'll be auto playing videos, so I don't even see like half the videos that I listen to. And sometimes I go on my history and they got the craziest titles, bro. They'll be like girlfriend role play, like let me treat you after a long hard day, or like it's just the craziest.
Sounds like you're on the hub.
Nah, bro, it's wild. It's goofy, bro. It's goofy, but yeah. I mean, if it's like relaxing in a way. Like it really does give you like that kind of like weird feeling, and like kind of relaxes you.
Yeah.
And like, but you know, like it's almost like a drug in a way as well. So it's like an addiction. It's like once you get addicted to it, and like you're kind of waiting to get it, and then once you get it, you feel like relieved in a way.
Yeah. So
it almost really is more of like an addiction than maybe that's where the relief comes from. It's weird. It's really interesting. I feel like more. I need to do some more research on it. I haven't really done any.
I feel like the closest thing to that I've ever done is listening to like ambient space music. It's like, you know, at night or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of people use ASMR to fall asleep. So that's what makes like a lot of the videos that I watch, they're saying like you're like this will help you go to sleep, or like you'll be asleep and so soon, like blah blah blah. And that's what the person who got me into it, that's what they used it for. Is they told me that they listen to it before they go to bed, and that's what they suggested that I do, but it didn't work out like that for me. Like, you know, if I'm gonna listen to it, like the whole point of listening for me isn't to get sleepy. The point of listening is to have that like weird feeling, you know, come on you. So like that's what, when I listen, I'm trying to get that feeling.
Right.
But also, so this is interesting. It really is like a drug, bro. Like so when you first listen to it, you get that feeling like easily, right? But like after you start listening, you know, you get numb to that, right? So then you gotta like find like a different sound that's gonna make you like something more intense, and then like eventually, bro, like dude, when I listen to it, I have to have like full volume. I'm trying to find like the most like loud videos to like put it in, because like if it's not like loud in my ear, like I will feel nothing at all. Like I'm too like what's the word, bro? What's the word? Like when you smoke cigarettes too much, or when you smoke weed too much, and you gotta keep smoking more and more.
Addicted?
Tolerance. I got the tolerance.
The tolerance. Okay.
I built a tolerance.
Yeah.
So it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. I don't understand it.
So I don't know what like headphones you use or whatever, but
I got my like gaming headphones.
So the ones that go over the ear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I was gonna say like those are probably the best ones for it, like the sound canceling.
Especially, well, that like sound canceling, but like especially because like when they're really loud, they actually like vibrate. Like the sound vibrations, you can feel it on your ear. So you're actually even getting like a physical stimulation as well. And it really like, you're like, whoa.
This dude just having wet dreams listening to this.
Yo, I get the ear massage. I find the ear massage video, and she's like, let me massage your ears.
Yeah.
And then I hear like on my ear.
You have the craziest dreams.
Bro. Oh man, that's goofy.
But yeah, my brother, he let me use his headphones one time. He had some like Sony headphones or whatever. I was down visiting him, and he was like, yo, put these on, go to sleep. And he like played this, and it was like some space ambient, which was, we were like big on, we still are like about space and all that. But anyway, we were big on it at that time, and I was like, yeah. So it was like perfect timing. I was going into the vibe with it. I was like 17, whatever. So yeah, I fell asleep, and it's been a memory that I've had for the longest time. Dang. And I don't know. I feel like I want to get back into doing that too. Like
listening to the space music, ambient.
Yeah,
music
just like going.
To bed.
Yeah. So
it's interesting. I listened to a remix my buddy showed me a few weeks ago. It was a remix of a Kanye song. I guess this YouTube account does this like with a lot of stuff, but the one he showed me was, oh gosh, what's it called? It opens up with like, oh man, I'm not about to sing this song. What is it called, bro?
Sing it.
Someday, I wanna wear a starry crown. And he's like, someday.
Let's see.
I wanna lay down what God did on Sunday.
Oh yeah, it was this Christian album.
Someday. No, it's not.
Is it not?
No. Nash, put the song name down in the comments.
Dang.
Dude, me and Nash used to bump that song.
Let's get Nash on
bro.
here.
Dude, Nash, we want you on ASAP, bro.
We could have had you today.
I responded to his comment last night. He put a comment on the video. Bro,
On the new one?
Yeah.
Oh,
last
man.
night.
Nice.
And I responded to it. I was like, bro, I want you on this podcast ASAP.
He say anything back?
I haven't checked.
He's a busy man.
He's a busy man.
He's probably like ripping that Razor
He was
scooter somewhere right now.
He was talking about us at Cracker Barrel in the comment. But bro, dude, we used to go crazy with Kanye and Cracker Barrel. Like I used to put my Kanye. I have a playlist that's only Kanye songs.
I could just imagine walking back there and Kanye be the grill cook with like a hairnet.
Bro, dude, if we could get Kanye to come work with us in Cracker Barrel, I would work there the rest of my life for $10 an hour. For $10 an hour.
$10 an hour.
$10 an hour, I'd work there the rest of my life. If Kanye was back there.
That's sad.
Bro, no, that's great.
I mean, you better hope when he quits, he takes y'all with him.
For real.
That's gonna be really sad.
Yeah,
you already signed the $10 contract for life.
True, so true. Yeah, but no, I don't. What's that name, bro? What is that name? Yeah,
I don't.
Dude, I know every lyric to the song, but I can't think of the name. Bro. All right, whatever. All I can think of is Violent Crimes. It's another song off the same album that's really good. Yeah. They're like equal to each other. I can't think of the name, man. But anyways, why was I even talking about that?
I don't know. You got Yeezy in your blood.
Bro, what were we even talking about? How have I completely forgot everything we were talking about?
Drop in the comments what we were talking about.
Drop in the comments. Drop in the comments what we were talking about. Oh, man.
I don't know. Maybe it's time for a new topic if we don't remember.
All right, you know what it's time for, Bert? Let me tell you what it's time for.
I think I know what you're going to say.
You already know what it's time
you
for.
You say it.
All right, listen. We got a special treat for you guys, ladies and gentlemen at home. We want to like try to come up with like a game to play, but we couldn't figure anything out that was good. So we've decided we just Googled like embarrassing questions. So we're just gonna ask each other some embarrassing questions. Maybe they'll be funny, you know. Maybe we'll be embarrassed. Maybe we're gonna get embarrassed. And maybe it's something that's embarrassing, so you can laugh at it. All right. So, all right, Bert. Let me take it first. What's the worst thing you've ever said in front of a person you cared about?
Ooh,
that's a tough one.
Okay, so there's one, and I hate to even bring this up because I don't want them seeing this. But you know what? I don't even think they remember it. They'll remember it now. Okay.
Dang, okay. What we got?
Oh, man. This is just like... It's not even that bad, but to me, it really like struck me.
I get you.
Over the years. I was at a friend's house. They were married. And I'm not going to even say the name, okay?
Yeah,
but they were married. They had 4 kids. Never going to get down. And... one of them was talking about one of the kids, and I didn't realize that name was the child's name of one of their kids.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, and this is deep, right? I'm just like, oh, I hate that name. Right?
Dang.
And it got quiet.
Yo.
But this was back when I used to not think before I spoke.
Uh-huh.
Okay, this was really stupid.
Oh, man. Oh, that's
more,
bad.
I mean, more things were going on in life at that time.
Of course.
Right, at a younger age.
Of course, right.
So I'm just like, oh, man. I said what I said. And
dang.
They just kind of got quiet and looked at me. And as time went on, I think maybe later that night, the person I was with was like, yeah, you know, that's their kid's name. I was like, oops. I didn't realize that. But what triggered me was there was somebody I went to school with that I did not like.
Yeah, I get
And it was their name. And it was such an off-the-wall name. And I think that's where I related.
I got you.
And I was like, this, you know, if you're watching, I love you guys. All right?
There's an accident.
It was an accident.
It was an accident.
But yeah, it made me feel so weird. Like now talking about it, I feel like the smallest person in the world. to like.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Some things I've said in the past, and I'm like, wow, I should have never even opened my mouth.
Yeah.
So think before you speak.
True.
I'm learning
before you speak.
So.
True. I know I've done stuff like that, but I can't think of. Like, I'm really trying to think of like one time, but like I know that I've done something like that before, like probably many times.
Yeah. Well, they still like.
I can't even think of.
I was gonna say they still stay in touch with me. They're cool.
Yeah.
So.
What's something bad that I've said to someone, man? I'm trying to think. What's something bad that I said about a person?
Mac
in front
Miller.
of the person you cared about.
Mac Miller to Ethan.
That's what I actually that thought came into my mind, but I don't think it's that bad. So
Have you ever said anything bad to C Rob?
To C Rob? Man,
Just air it out, dog.
Probably, dude. I don't know, dude. Listen, all right. Here's what I'll say. My buddy William. All right, listen. Will was my best friend since high school, right? Like since 10th grade, we became like best friends, number one best friends, and we've been best friends ever since. Even though he hasn't been here since high school finished. So for the past 4 years, he hasn't been around, but we stayed in touch and we stayed close, right? We went through it was like a marriage almost, but we went through like a rough patch in the marriage, and we finally made it out. But listen, I mean, I don't have any like specific example, but like we all like Will was kind of like our like, man, I feel bad for like saying this, but like Will was like, I mean, he knows it because we joked about it, but like he was like the guy that we'd always make fun of, right? He's always been like the guy who like we make the joke about, or like, it's just kind of how it's always been, and it's like it's fun and funny, and like he's cool, like he's like a cool enough person that like he can handle it and like laugh about it, but yeah, maybe that's like I don't have anything specific, but like like maybe there's probably been some times when I've said things that were like too far to him, probably many times, probably too many, probably can't even count how many times I said something to him that like might have crossed the line. So sorry for that, bro. But we're good now,
bro.
We got a strong marriage again now.
We'll get on the podcast, man.
Dude, Will needs to be on the podcast.
We'll put a seat right here between us. I don't even know you, Will, but
you sit on my lap, bro. Come on, come pop a squat.
I'll get you a chair if you need it.
Come pop a squat on Santa's lap.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next question.
Yeah, I can keep going on
about
that question.
Let's
here, you want me to ask you one?
Yeah, ask me
Let me see
one.
what we got on here.
Not all of these look very great, but
I found one.
No, you better not be asking.
It was the first one, the only one I've seen.
It better not be the fourth one. That's an easy answer, I guess, though. Go ahead. Take your time.
That one's just the best one.
It's obviously the best. Okay, like ask it then. It's easy answer. Ask it.
Ask me.
You want me to ask you? All right, Mr. Be Crazy. Have your parents ever caught you jerking the gherkin?
Nope.
Me too. Nope.
Okay, well then.
That's why I said it's too easy. All right, it's not even a good question.
Okay, let me ask.
Okay, I'll tell a story about a friend who got caught though.
Okay, go ahead.
Actually, it's not really a story. Just his mom caught him while he was
whacking the sausage.
While he was going at it at the computer, and then I think they like freaked out. I'm pretty sure they took his computer away too. That's all I got.
Dang. Anybody watching this? If your parents have caught you,
he's watching.
if your parents have caught you, if siblings have caught you,
let us know your stories about getting caught.
If you've caught yourself,
tweaking the geeking.
If you've caught yourself, drop a comment below.
Caught yourself.
All right. Okay.
You ever wake up in the middle of the night, meat in hand? You're like, what's going on here?
Hey, one of those whispering dreams.
You're like, what's going on in here, bro? What's going on here? Okay. All right. So then what?
Let me find this.
These are like not that great. Have you what? Maybe we might need to scroll down a little bit.
Hold up.
Dang, slow reader over here.
Yeah, not fast as the weeder as you are.
Any of those looking good to you?
Have you ever let one out in class that everyone could hear? I feel like that's a question that should be asked.
Who hasn't? Is my answer.
I don't think.
If you say no, you're lying.
I honestly don't think I ever had.
Bro, don't tell me that like when you were in middle school or like elementary school, you were not like
No, but there was a lot of kids that I remember would just like let them rip,
Bro,
dog.
dude, I used to do that, and
I feel
and then just be laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember in 2nd grade, I was taking a test, and my buddy, his name was Andrew, and we were like best friends at that time, and I remember like looking at him, and like back in 2nd grade, you do like a, before you before you fire one off, and like I don't even know, dude. I think I did like a, I don't know, something to do with like the armpit, like how you used to like armpit fart, but I did like a somehow. But anyways, I made eye contact with him during a test, so it's dead silent. Everyone's working, bro. We got this like super strict teacher, man.
Dang.
And I looked at him, I went, and then I went,
oh, dang.
And like, bro, it was a
bombs away,
dude. It literally was like, it was crazy,
dude. You know how you put
it's like a machine gun. It was like a whole machine gun, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, what?
No, I was gonna say, you know how you put your hand in your arm. Like, I feel like I've got too much pit hair now.
Yeah.
But
I haven't tried that in a long time.
We don't need to try it on here, but
We're not today.
But have you ever like opened a straw and put it under your arm and just blow?
No, but
We used to do that all the time.
okay, listen. I have a buddy. I want him on the podcast ASAP as well. His name's Trevor. It's me and Bennett and Trevor and Will, the other guy I was talking about a moment ago. We're like the quad.
The quad needs to be here together.
Dude, no. Okay, I really want Bennett and Trevor on. It will probably going to take a while before we can get them on. But I really want Bennett and Trevor on like ASAP. Because Bennett's close, Trevor's kind of close. So I want to get them on. We can have Will by himself. He's enough. He's enough by himself.
Yeah.
We can get a lot of stories.
Dang.
But it would be great to have them all on at the same time.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome if we could make that happen somehow. Okay, but Trevor, he's the missing link to the friend group. He can do this thing where I think it's similar to the straw thing, but it's not under his armpit. He puts his arm puts his mouth in his elbow. I'm trying to talk in the mic at the same time, but he's like comes in here, right, and then he just like. Listen.
Does he have like a fat elbow?
I don't know. He like.
And I don't want to say it in the wrong way.
No, but he like pushes his face in like this.
Yeah, some people have more skin, and I feel like
maybe I don't know.
But anyway,
he makes the most flatulence sound.
Nice.
That you've ever heard, man, and it's loud, and it is hilarious.
Nice.
That's all I'm gonna say for now. But we've had some funny times with that sound. Let's just put it that way. We've had some fun times. He can make the greatest sound. Dude, there was one night when me and him were staying at Bennett's apartment, and he started trying to like make like music with it, and we had to like guess what song he was trying to like play. But he can't control like the pitch very well, so I was just guessing like from the rhythm, and there was one like, bro, it was classic. Classic.
I remember my cousin used to do the whole thing.
Oh, dude,
I'm
remember,
like, whoa.
yeah, like kids in elementary school would be.
Yeah.
Those are crazy. All right, next up. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay, next up.
All right,
let's scroll down because there's nothing else up there. Let's see. Oh, the public wardrobe malfunction. I told that story already in like the 2nd or 3rd episode where I had Judge Bourne looking at my butt. Public wardrobe malfunction.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
In court. I already told it. I'm just reminding the viewers.
I feel
Check
like
out the past podcast to get your answers about my public wardrobe malfunction.
You know what's real embarrassing?
In court, by the way.
In court.
But okay.
With that. As you're walking away.
Dang.
All right. I think just to like answer on that, the question is, do you ever recall having a public wardrobe malfunction?
Mm-hmm.
No, not really. But have you know how embarrassing it is to like have like boogers in your nose and nobody tell you? Like, be a homie, be a friend. Tell your friends when they got boogers in their nose.
Man,
okay?
I will never understand.
Please.
Like, I never understand people who don't want to be told when they got something. You know how girls will be
like,
"Why did you tell me? Why did you tell me? I can't believe you just did that to me."
Yeah.
And it's like, don't you want to know so you can fix it?
Well, you're bleeding down there, sweetheart.
Yeah, you're either gonna.
Sorry, that's a little much.
You're either gonna keep walking around with something in your teeth,
Yeah.
And I can just let you keep walking around and nobody acknowledge it.
But if you don't say it,
or I can tell you and you can get it out before anyone really sees.
Right.
What do you prefer?
When you don't say it, then they're like, "Oh, why didn't you tell me something?"
Yeah, you can't win, bro.
All right.
Hold on, I gotta women. All right. Let's see. Tell me, all right, Bert. I feel like you got nothing for this, bro. Wait.
Hey, dog.
Oh my gosh. How about the most out there thing that How about the most out there thing that has ever got you horny?
Okay.
This
Out
podcast
there?
is getting labeled as explicit.
Okay.
Taking a turn.
God, dude.
That's the only interesting one, man.
This is
Why's
very.
it gotta be sexual? All right.
This is very typical, but like being in school, you know, you're young, going through puberty.
Being in school.
Hold up. Yeah, sitting in class all day, having
That makes you
ADD,
horny?
ADHD, and all that. No. Sitting at the class, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it was a lot worse when I was younger. Just like the teachers, man. Some of the teachers, like rock solid, homie.
How's that out there? Every
Because
guy has that experience.
Because it's embarrassing. You're like, oh, what if I got to go up to go pee?
Oh,
or
dude,
what if
man,
what if they're
yeah.
like, oh, they're like, come here, little Al, come up to the smart board, and like, you know what I mean? And I just walk up there.
You ever had to like push one down, like while you're trying to stand up, like push it down? And
Yeah,
then try to hide it while you walk.
I
up?
try to push it on that side of my underwear sometime, just so
no cap.
it's not cool.
No, dude. Every guy has that. Every guy has that problem. That's
Bro.
not even out there, bro. You're just talking about a normal day in the life of a man.
Right. Well, I'm just saying it was embarrassing as a kid. You know,
Life of a boy,
I'm just
I
like
guess.
14, learning about whatever, or no, probably younger than that.
Younger for sure.
And I'm just like, all right, you know. And then just like the teachers, whatever. Sorry, teach.
Sheesh. Sorry, Miss Jackson.
Ooh.
That was so nice.
Thank you.
Damn.
All right, let me find one.
Find one for me. Let me look for the next one while you going through.
Okay, I got one for you.
All right, go ahead.
Would you say that you've never had a boyfriend before? Okay, hang on.
I can't say that.
Okay.
I've had tens of boyfriends. I've mentioned a few on the podcast today.
Help.
I got one here right now.
Help.
Help me. Help.
Okay, here. What would you choose to forget if you had that option?
What would I choose to forget?
Mm-hmm. Anything.
Anything. What would I choose to forget? Huh. Man, what's something bad? What's something crazy?
Anything.
You know, like forgetting's not the problem. Like for me, it's more like I choose to like not do it. Like forgetting doesn't.
Well,
help,
let's just say
because
like,
if I did it, then I prefer to remember it so I can like learn from my mistakes. You know. So it's like,
what if you?
Is there anything that I want to forget? Not really. I don't have any like trauma or whatever.
Have you ever walked in on your parents?
Nope.
Lucky.
Okay. Forget.
I guess I haven't either, but
something like that. Let me think. Something like gross, dude. I if I could forget anything, I'd forget Jeff the Killer.
I was just thinking.
Yeah, if I could forget
something like
anything,
that.
I'd forget Jeff the Killer because that face still terrifies me to this day.
Yeah. What if like you're older and one like you're going through dementia or something like that and you just remember that?
Gosh, I'd probably like fall backwards, break my head, and die.
Let me go off a little bit right here.
Go off a little bit.
Both my grandmothers before they passed, they had dementia.
Uh-huh.
And they had Alzheimer's. It was more Alzheimer's than it was dementia, but
yeah.
Dementia is, it can make people very mean, whatever. But my grandmother, my mom's mom here recently, 3 years ago, I guess.
Mamas.
Baby's mama's. So before she passed, I was driving from here to New Orleans like every other weekend just about.
Uh-huh.
And I remember that my grandmother just started speaking fluent French. And it was just like the wildest thing because I've never heard her talk like that, It's like the opposite of forgetting, obviously. Like, once you get in that mode, like, she was speaking fluent French. She was asking where, like, these people that were in her life a long time ago were, and it was just like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
to never hear her speak anything but English, and then she just like goes off, and I'm just like, what, but I'm understanding that she's losing her mind at the same time, and it was just kind of crazy. Yeah, so with that grandmother, that had happened. It wasn't too insane, but I lived with my other grandparents, my grandma Kate, and I remember she had dementia and the Alzheimer's, but I feel like the dementia was really kicking in one night, and it was just me and my grandmother, because my grandpa already passed like a year or two before that, and I was 15 years old, and I remember that my grandma got in her car and just started driving through the neighborhood. She already had her license taken away. The car was just sitting there, just if I needed to bring her anywhere, through like a hardship license, because I was still so young, and she put up in this family's yard, literally up in the yard where they mow the grass. And I'm just like, I run through the neighborhood, and I see her, and I'm just like, whoa. I called my dad. I was like, yo, grandma's like going through another episode right now. I know, it's funny. And anyway, the cops, I want to say they came. She had called the cops on me because she thought I'd stole some money. And it was just like, thinking about it now, it really sucked, because she knows in her right mind that I never would have done any of that. Like, I was literally her like great grandkid. They were my great grandparents, but like her number one. My grandparents were a big part of my life growing up, Yeah. And it just sucked, man, because I was like, she blamed it on me, and I'm like 14 or 15, which is still pretty young to like have to deal with that stuff. But I understood too. Like my dad especially, he's always been very transparent about everything. Yeah. It's like, this is what life is. So that's why I'm like such a realist with all that. But anyway, it felt bad, or I felt horrible, and then whatever. It got to the point my grandma finally went to a nursing home, and then I would go see her over there. But she wouldn't like speak in any other languages, because she's from like California or something. Really don't even know, but I know grandpa and all that's from California. So anyway, it was very interesting to see that,
It's wild.
So anyway, sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind, right? No, I'm kidding.
Always.
Yeah, right. In this world, you are.
You're always slowly losing your mind a little bit, I guess. Dang, that was getting a little too deep for this episode. It was, man.
It's like when you're young, you're in a child mindset, playing with toys, you're doing this, doing that. And then like when you get older, it's like you live your life, the rainbow just starts to peak, and then it just goes back down. Yeah. But there's not really a pot of gold there. No. I mean, we could say heaven. Yeah. If that's the case. But
you're right. You're right in like within the life itself. Yeah. It's like you start here, you rise, and then you fall again. Because like there's so many parallels between like being old and being a baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of similarities that are shared there. It's very interesting. Like having to be taken care of, or like some of the silly, like goofy as diapers. Yeah. Like wearing diapers, and like you can't control yourself, or
and it gets to
you
that
don't
point.
Understand the world, and like so there's a lot of parallels.
It's like one of the craziest things, and I don't know if you've ever seen it, but like to see your own family be like that. It's like it's an experiment almost.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. It's the craziest thing, man. But anyway, don't want to go
let's get back to the questions. We're keeping it light today. Back to the podcast. Back to the cast. All right, I'll choose the next one. What did you ask? Did you ask me something?
We were talking about...
You asked me about my boyfriend. I don't know what that was about.
Keep going on.
Oh, you asked me what I choose to forget. Did I even answer? Did I answer that question? What I choose to forget?
Yeah.
Did I? What'd I say? Put it down in the comments below if I forgot to answer or what I said.
No, you answered something, I swear.
Did I? I said, I remember I said, like, I have nothing. Oh, Jeff the Killer. All right, you're right. Hope you already put it in the comments. Hope you paused it back then and then just put it immediately. You'd be a real one. All right.
I got one.
All right. Dang, that's a no-no. Can't be asking that question.
Oh.
Nah, you can't be asking that.
That one's gonna be a lot of bad blood.
That one's gonna be causing.
Not even between us. I'm just saying, like, your friends or whatever.
Yeah, that's gonna be causing some problems. Let's see. Okay, have you ever accidentally hit something with your car? And I'm gonna add on to it, and then didn't like follow up on it. Like you got out of there. Go.
You want me to answer it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna give my answer.
I thought you were
after.
gonna tell a story.
I do have a story, but what's your answer first?
Hit a car and then just drove off.
Like.
What's the question?
Okay, have you ever accidentally hit something with your car? Just answer that first.
Oh.
I can interrogate further if necessary.
Yeah, I had an '87 Toyota truck.
Uh-huh.
It was a 5-speed manual.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 5-speed, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going over. There's a little bridge that goes over. If you're coming from Bonadilla, going around, like going towards the neighborhood market in Russellville. There's a stoplight right there. If you go right, it goes down Marina Road. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay, so you know those little white dividers from if you're coming out of Marina Road,
Mm-hmm.
you can go right, and there's cars coming here too. Well, there's little dividers right here. They've been there for years, but you might not know.
We can talk about this like later,
Yeah.
like a different episode.
That's fine.
But I cannot see things in
Right
my
now.
mind.
Okay. So anyway, there's dividers there, and they're on springs.
Okay.
And I remember just going full blast one night, and I smashed every single one of those. It's not a proud moment, but I was like, I'm in the 87, you know, like this truck ain't going nowhere.
Uh-huh.
Like, and I was going pretty fast, and I knew that they would bend.
Yeah.
So it was like 8 of them. It said, and then I just took off. It was like bowling pins. But anyway, it was stupid.
Man, you're silly.
It was stupid.
Silly boy.
You ever do those things? It's like, I just want to see what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen, but you want to do it for yourself.
Because I think about things instead of just acting on impulse most of the time.
Well, I've calmed down a lot. That's what I was saying earlier.
But no, I never did stuff like that when I was younger. I missed out, I guess. I missed out on a lot of fun experiences, but I'm also glad that I'm like not in jail.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think I'll take it. I think I turned out all right. I feel like I don't need, you know, as much fun as those kind of things would have been. You know, I got myself into like enough trouble that was like safe trouble in a way. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I got myself into enough safe trouble. I didn't need to be like stealing signs and running over traffic cones and stuff. You know, I'm not saying you did, but I had friends that were like stealing signs.
Oh right.
Or like stealing traffic cones, or like, you know. So I didn't need to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, that's almost like in the same category in my mind. Just running over something for like no reason.
Yeah. No, I get it.
But so what I wanted to talk about was, so there's one job that is not on my resume because I did it for such a short time and it was really worthless. I drove for Bite Squad. Did you know about this? Do you know that I drove for Bite Squad a long time ago? So I quit McDonald's after like 3 years of working to try being a delivery driver, food delivery, and I worked for Bite Squad. And Bite Squad said, so at the time minimum wage was 10, I think it was 10. No, it might have been like $8.50, and Bite Squad was promising to pay like 10 an hour or 11 an hour, whatever. Who cares? It doesn't matter what they were promising to pay, because
they weren't paying it.
They promised to pay you like 11 an hour, but here's the problem. All right, I'm about to get on a whole different tangent real quick, but let me lay this down for you because there's a bit of math involved. I'm going to try to explain this as easily as possible. Actually, I'm not. I'm just going to state the facts. I got paid $11 an hour. I did not get reimbursed for gas. My gas expense drove that 11 an hour down to about 7 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and wear and tear on your vehicle.
Beneath wear and tear on the vehicle, beneath minimum wage. It was in the summer, and I was so worried about conserving gas that when I would be waiting on food, I would not have my car on. So I would be literally like dripping sweat in my car because I'm in a car. I'm in a car in like 100-degree weather. So just crazy. The math part, let me just briefly talk about that. You get tips at Bite Squad, right? If you get a cash tip, you actually get to keep the cash tip. However, if they tip on the app, this is why anyone watching, never tip DoorDash, Bite Squad, whatever. Never tip on the app. If you have cash, give it to them. Otherwise, you might as well just keep it. You might as well keep your tip if you're not going to give cash. And here's why. If you give it on the app, so technically how you're paid with that stuff is you're paid like $2 an hour plus tips or minimum wage if you don't meet minimum wage with your $2 an hour plus tips.
Yeah.
So, but let's say you make $2 an hour plus tips, and then they pay you the difference to minimum wage. So if you got let's say you worked for 3 hours, so you got $6 from Bite Squad, and let's say you got $20 in tips for the total time. So you got $26. Now over 3 hours, minimum wage, let's say it was $10. So you need $30 to get minimum wage, $30 total, right? For Bite Squad to have paid you minimum wage. So Bite Squad is not going to pay you $24 to make up their end of the minimum wage. Mm-hmm. They're going to take, you got $26 total. We're going to pay you $4. So you're going to get $10 an hour flat. All the tips go to Bite Squad.
Well, that's why they're in business.
That's why they're in business. So if I didn't get cash tips, then my tips were never seen by me. Yeah. They all go to Bite Squad. That's how it works. So they don't pay you, like they don't actually pay you up to minimum wage. They pay you the difference, including your tips, what you made as tips. So I was only, and especially in Russellville, maybe in some places you can actually make like $15 an hour if you get good tips from people. Yeah. But in Russellville, you're not getting tips from people very much. I mean, you're getting like basic tips. You're not getting crazy tips, right? And so I was always being paid the difference, never seeing the tips that people were wanting to give to me. It was always going to Bite Squad, and they were paying me that extra $2 or $3 to get me the minimum. But then, I didn't actually see the tips. So I was only getting $10 an hour every day. And if I factored in the price of gas, I was getting more like $6 or $7 an hour. So went on a little tangent there. I just want a little public PSA. Do not put tips on the app.
Just the tip?
Anything but the tip.
Okay, so yeah, I've heard the same thing. Well, this is not really the same thing, but like in restaurants that like you do it on the card or whatever.
Yeah.
And it like they split it between all the waiters.
Yeah, they have tip share in a lot of restaurants.
Tip share.
Not every restaurant, but a lot of them.
But a lot of them, yeah. And I usually give cash, But even then, I feel like they have to do the same thing.
Yes. In the restaurants that have tip share, all the servers have to pool their tips, including cash. I think. So I guess it obviously depends on the restaurant.
The sad thing is that this person might not be working as hard as this person, which sucks.
Yes.
And it happens a lot.
Right.
If everybody's got the same amount of tables, whatever,
Right.
And this attitude, might be a lot better waiting 6 tables versus this attitude that's pretty crappy, waiting 2 or 3, and they're still getting the same amount,
Right.
And they're tipping less here because of the attitude of this one, but this one over here is making the bukus.
Right.
For this person.
Right. I agree. It shouldn't. The tip share is a silly idea that should not be. Everyone's so focused on equality, but they're actually being very unfair. Yeah. It's very unfair for the sake of equality, which the purpose of equality is for fairness, but it's really unfair. Right. So it's contradictory. Yeah. It doesn't work. So yeah, no, I completely agree. Why was I talking about Bite Squad? That's why. So Bite Squad, back to the question about if I ever hit anything with my car. I was working at Bite Squad, and I went to this dude's house, and I gave him his food, and I was backing my car up, and there were cars parked on the road behind me, and I was looking behind me. I promise. I was looking behind me. But like the way that my like window was and everything, and how like their car was like low, somehow I didn't see the car behind me, and I was backing up really slowly, right? So I didn't like hit something. I slowly like budged into it, and I heard like a dum, like a dent, like it sounded like metal being dented in, and then like I heard it, and I was like, oh, what was that? And I pulled because I saw a car in my rearview mirror. Then I pulled forward, and it was like pop. And it was like that metal would like bounce back, So I got really scared that I had like hit someone's car, and I drove off. So I drove off. Keep in mind, I was like 16 at the time, so like I was scared. I was just scared. It was like first car I ever had, first year of driving. Like I was scared. I didn't know what to do, and then I was like, oh my gosh, is that like a hit and run? I was like, is that considered a hit and run?
Yeah.
I was like, but also to be fair, I didn't know if I hit their car or not. Like I really didn't know. Like I had the sound, but I was like, was that my imagination? Or, like, did that really happen?
Right.
Like I didn't know if I hit the car, or like also that car had tons of dents on it already. So I don't even know if they would notice a new dent, to be honest.
Dang.
It was like a trash, beat up car.
Yeah.
So, but after I drove away, I remember freaking out, like, oh my gosh, like the police, like, yeah, they're going to call the police if somebody hit their car. The police are going to show up. They're going to figure out that the Bite Squad delivery driver guy did it. They're going to get my information. They're going to run, they're going to get me, and they're going to get me for hit and run. I'm going to go to jail. That's literally what I thought. I was terrified.
Yeah.
Terrified. I thought I was getting caught. I thought I was getting busted like within 2 to 3 business days. You know what I'm saying? So I was actually really scared. Looking over my shoulder, bro. Like I was terrified, man. I never got caught, thankfully.
Yeah.
I really like, to be honest, I don't know whether I hit them. I feel like I probably did. But like I said, their car was such a piece of junk.
Yeah.
They probably didn't even notice.
No, probably not.
They probably didn't even notice. That doesn't make it like okay.
Right.
But it probably,
some things you can walk away from.
It probably
though.
was not like, it probably didn't make a difference to anybody whether I hit it or not.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that I can like take comfort in. But like, dude, I was terrified.
Yeah.
Like I didn't. Yeah. That's my story of hitting the car.
Yeah, I was leaving Memphis Drum Shop one time with my dad, and we were parked parallel out front. My car's a stick, so like I'm really good with the pedals. But anyway, this car must have been super close behind me, and I kind of let off a little too quick, and I bumped it. And my dad turns around, and like this lady just pulled up in that car. Like I barely tapped it. My dad turns around, and his first reaction is to, like, flip out like she hit me, right?
Oh,
he's playing the victim, and I'm over here, like, hitting her. And anyway, like, he freaked out for a second, then we got out, and the lady was like, oh, it's fine. So we were good.
That's
but
good.
That was, like, the only little bit like that. But there was a movie one time I was watching, and, like, it made me laugh so hard. Don't even remember what it was. If people know what I'm talking about, drop it in the comments below. So anyway, this guy was like having a bad day going to work. It was just like one of those movies that start off like in traffic, whatever. I think he was parallel parked, and like he put it in reverse thinking he was going forward. And he smashed the gas.
Oh, dude, I feel like I've seen.
I don't know. It's probably a very popular movie.
Clip somewhere. I feel like I've seen it. Okay,
yeah, and he smashes the gas, and then he like gets thrown backwards and hits a car, and he puts it in drive.
Yeah.
He's gonna back up and he gets the car.
Wait, is it an old movie?
It reminds me of like a Ferris Bueller's Day Off or something like that.
Is it an older movie though, or is it more modern?
No, it's like early 2000 to 2010.
Because there's a movie. I feel like I've seen that clip, but there is also a movie. I don't know if it's Naked Gun or if it's another Leslie Nielsen movie, because I forget the names mostly. But one of my favorite actors of all time, Leslie Nielsen. He's a really like good comedy guy, but he was in like the 80s or 70s or I don't know. Like he made movies like older, like further back. And his movies were hilarious, but he had bits like that in one of the movies where like he like was trying to back out of somewhere, and like, dude, I need to rewatch those movies. If you haven't seen the Naked Gun series by Leslie Nielsen, or other Leslie Nielsen movies, he's got a movie that's making fun of like Harrison Ford's The Fugitive. He makes like a lot of parody movies. Like all his movies are like they're making fun of something else.
Okay.
Like Naked Gun is kind of making fun of like spy movies or like spy movies. So he's like a secret agent, and he's investigating. Kind of, it's like a pre Austin Powers in a way.
Yeah.
They're so funny. Like they're hilarious. Just look up Leslie Nielsen and watch his movies. Naked Gun are some of the top ones. That Fugitive parody is really good. He made like a Dracula movie that was really funny. Like, man, I'm telling you, you could probably pick anything and it'll have you laughing. But yeah, that movie, one of the movies from him has a scene like that in it. I'm pretty sure it's a Naked Gun movie.
Yeah. It makes me think of. This goes to another story real quick.
Okay.
He does shows like Comedy Central shows. I want to say in the past or whatever, but forget his name. People probably know what I'm talking about, but he's got a new show out. Oh, it's called This Is Not Happening, I believe. It's on Netflix now. I forget his name.
Sounds familiar. Who is it?
Anyway, he's pretty popular, and there's a bit that he goes through like a McDonald's drive-thru, and how does it go exactly? He pays for his like part or whatever, and then a car comes up behind him, and like he gets a little bit, like a $500,000 or something like that, pays his part, and then the car comes up behind him. He's like, "Hey, I want to pay for the car behind me, right?" And it's like a pay it forward kind of thing. Have you seen this clip?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, and then he drives around and he starts ordering like outrageous amount of food, and probably like $200 or $300 worth of food, and he tried to pull behind that car to see if it was gonna pay for him. Yeah. And he's like, "You gotta do the thing." And
okay, I haven't seen that. That's funny.
And as he's like pulling up to order, like as he drove around after he had his order, pulled up to order, there's another car trying to cut him off, and he's like, "Stop!" And he like did get behind that car, so it didn't like pay that car forward.
That's awesome, bro. Oh,
he was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to do a thing here." Like at first, and then like the music starts playing really fast, and he drives around, and it just gets intense.
That's amazing, dude. That's so
I've got to show you.
Oh, that's great, dude. I haven't seen that, no.
Yeah. His show's kind of like Robot Chicken, but it's like actually like staged. Yeah, little pieces. Like Always Sunny in a way.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of runs around, yeah.
I got you.
Which I've recently started watching that with.
Bro, that show is so funny.
It's way too funny.
That show's so funny, man. Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Gosh,
yeah.
What a great show. All right, let's get another question then. Embarrassing questions related to guys. Here we go. It's probably just going to be 100%.
Look at one real quick. I'm going to take a quick restroom break.
All right, we're going to take a pause while I find some questions.
Perfect.
And we'll be right back. I kind of want to put this in. Bert is peeing hard. I might just put this as a little clip in between, a little intermission.
And we're back.
Oh, I had to hold this, actually. Welcome back to the podcast.
So when I was peeing just now?
Mike Tyson, welcome back to the podcast.
So when I was peeing just now, I felt like my pee was green because of the cucumbers. I don't know what you saw, but...
My pee was not green.
No?
I think you should probably go get that checked out at a doctor. That doesn't sound very good.
Okay. How long in weeks could you go without your cell phone?
How long in weeks could I go without my cell phone?
Yes.
Let me hit you with something. In an ideal world... Okay, in this world or in like any scenario that I can make for myself?
Jesus, just answer the question. Like right now, like for the next month.
Dude, no, infinite. Nobody needs a cell phone.
You could?
I could live infinitely without a cell phone. Okay, in what way, how long could I go without a cell phone? Like, I would be fine with not having a cell phone.
Yeah.
Other people need me to have a cell phone so that I can be contacted or, you know, stuff like that. So, like, for, like, a job, you know, you have to have a cell phone, blah, blah. So, like, you know, in that way, like,
it's the world
how long could I go without a cell phone? Like, not long.
Right.
How many weeks? 0.
Well, look, so
You need a cell phone in today's world.
Yeah,
you literally can't live without a cell phone. So, like, how long? Am I comfortable without having a cell phone? Forever. But
if we weren't conditioned to it,
if it wasn't like an integrated part of society,
right?
Then I wouldn't need one. Like, if like somebody was like, oh, you're like relying on your cell phone, like prove that you don't need it, then I would just throw it away. Like, I don't need it. But you know, it is like actually like something like necessary in today's world. You know, it's not just like a toy anymore. Like, it's something that you actually need. So for that reason, I mean,
you know,
0 weeks, probably I might be able to last a few days without needing it for something.
Right. I feel like
max.
And this is something that's happened to me. Is like I was off social media for a long time.
Yeah, you were.
And I felt out of place, like talking to people sometimes. They're like, "You haven't seen this meme or this or that," and I'm just like, "No, I haven't." But it felt good not being on social media.
Yeah.
I feel like I was like living life, you know?
Yeah.
Like real
life.
life.
I don't use social media for like like live. You know, some people use social media to like live a life in a way.
Yeah.
Like some people live their life on social media. So, you know, I never use it that way, and it never will be like that for me. But, yeah, no, I understand that though.
Yeah, it was definitely weird getting back on. And
now, let me say this: I have a dream that will never come true, but I have this idea of like moving to like an Amish community and like living out the rest of my life in like a hardworking.
Is this something you really want to do?
Like, yes, but I'm not willing to give up like everything I have here.
Yeah.
But like I strongly have a desire to like get rid of like technology, because I think technology is a great tool, but like, you know, what's the point of having technology if all it does is cause like all these problems in the world? So, you know, in my mind, like I just want to like move out. You know, I'm Christian. I don't know, are Amish Christians or are they Jewish? I don't really know.
Jewish, right?
Are they? All right. Well, in the ideal world, I move out to this community.
Well, I don't really know.
Where there's no... Okay, in the ideal world, I make my own new community.
Yeah.
And, like, we don't use, like, technology. We work for everything, you know, farm the land. We cut down wood to build houses. You know, we're, like, doing that kind of stuff. We're not even interacting. You know, we could still interact with the world, but, like, not heavily, because... you don't want to be like influenced in a bad way, but like basically just get out of like this place where like, yes, we have all these like amazing things in the world, we have technology, but like it's all used to like create evil, in my mind, in my opinion.
I can
like,
see that.
You know, like I've always said this, but like, you know, it's definitely not like the internet is not the problem. Like it's the human nature that, you know, humans are using the internet to create evil, right? It's not the internet's fault. But at the same time, like, if there's a tool that you don't need that is being used to create evil, but you don't absolutely need it, you can live without it, then it is better to get rid of it than to continue using it and risking that evil being produced. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, as much as I love the internet, and as much, you know, I definitely spend my majority of my time using the internet as well, just like almost everyone else. I like a pretty big piece of me wishes the internet didn't exist.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously that wouldn't solve all the problems, but like it would help.
I think everybody would be more aware of life.
Yeah.
Like actual.
Yeah.
Not fantasy.
Well, people would live in reality. People might actually know how to use their brain instead of just being told what, like, you know, things.
Yeah.
People might be able to, like, ration.
It's helped business and whatnot so much. Like,
yeah,
it's
but,
insane.
who cares? Like,
No,
what I'm saying is, like, you know, I wish we could go back to a time, like, I'm thinking, like, far back. Like, I wish we could go back to a time when we had our, like, small towns that, like, everyone's a farmer, everyone owns animals, everyone's farming, everyone's doing this stuff, everyone's building houses, but you have your community where like everyone helps each other. You know what I'm saying? Like I own 10 sheep, you own 10 cows. Like we're trading, bro. Like you're hitting me with some beef, I'm hitting you with some fur coats.
Okay.
You know, like it's a community. You didn't need government.
A little house
back
on the
then.
prairie.
That's not far enough back.
Okay.
Like, bro, you didn't need government, and that's like something that I've said like recently is like I think the government, we're trying to like how do I say this, bro? Like United States of America is too big. It's too big. Like we need to go back to having like small communities, like towns that are just like in control of themselves. Like we're too big, bro. Technology is too advanced. We got too many buildings, you know, too many people out here, like too many people in condensed places. Not that there's too many people in the world. There's a lot of land that's not being.
There's a lot of land.
Land that's not being used. So it's just that, like, you know, like right now, you know, we look at this community, like maybe Conway, just for an example. Like there's too many people that have like even the kind of town that I'm thinking of in my mind, right? But like so much land around that's not being
Yeah.
used. It could be spread out. It could be sectioned into different kinds of
Right.
towns. But like, you know, back, you know, like, and I don't even know if like maybe this is just me like dreaming. Like I could literally just be like dreaming of like a fantasy that never existed. But like my idea of like what I'm thinking about is like, you know, like maybe like a long time ago, if there's like a really small like community, you know, there's just a handful, maybe more than a handful, but like there's not like a ton of like families. You know, there's just some families, some households and everything, and you know, everyone like there's like a different role in each household that like kind of like that family has that role. So like maybe like a few families have like different agricultural and like farming animal roles, and then like maybe like one family is like good with like building, you know, the construction, and like, you know, maybe like these people are good at like whatever, you know what I mean? Like they got their specialized roles that everyone comes together to help each other. So it's like, you know, right now it's like you have your specialized role and maybe you do your job, but you get paid like in cash to go out and buy what you want. But like back then it was like an essentials only kind of thing. You know, you didn't just get what you want.
Yeah.
You only have the essentials, which in a way I think makes life a bit easier. It makes it harder, but it makes it easier at the same time. But you know, in that situation, instead of getting cash to buy what you want, everyone in the community has to work together to stay alive, basically. So you share what you create what is needed for everyone. You take what you need for yourself and you share the rest with everyone else, and you make enough that everyone in the community has enough. And it's like everyone works together. Everyone's, you know, doing the right thing. Like, you know, people are good. You know, like when you're focused on meeting like basic necessities, then you have no time you have far less time to produce evil in the world. You only have the time to be focused on staying alive, which sounds bad, but you know what I'm saying?
If I could give me some Wrangler cowboy cuts and go back to those times, that'd be all right.
So true. All right, what question did
Real
you
quick,
ask me?
to add on to that, there's
it.
an Amish community down in Florida
Uh-huh.
that they have a Walmart.
But bro, aren't they happier though? Aren't those people like happier?
I think people in Florida are usually happier.
The Amish.
Well, yeah, but
you know they're not dissatisfied with their life. You know what I mean? Like,
but
and, you know, you probably don't see them talking about depression.
no,
You probably don't hear them talking about
because they're not
like, oh, I'm depressed. Oh, Judy, I have social anxiety.
Yeah,
you don't hear those problems. Don't exist for them.
They're living in a real reality.
Yes. So you know.
So there's a Amish community
about.
Down there in Florida, and
We got it too good here.
they've got a Walmart, and the Walmart literally has like stables for their carriages and stuff. Because you know a lot of them still ride like that. But like the Walmart literally has it for them.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
That's cool.
I just wanted to side note
But
that.
you know, also like just like another like little side note is like the food that they put in their bodies is all like it actually is all natural. It is actually like natural, and like I suspect that they are some of the healthiest people on the planet.
So there was a guy that would always come to McDonald's. He was Amish.
Okay.
All the time.
To McDonald's?
Yeah.
Is he allowed to be
now
there?
That you say that, I don't know.
Is he allowed to be? Is he breaking the rules?
But maybe because you know how like only.
I don't really know anything about the Amish, to be honest.
Well, the guys are like the only ones I think that can actually drive. That are supposed to drive.
See, maybe the Amish is a bad example. I described my dream though.
Yeah.
I described my dream.
So this guy maybe just like cut away from the family just to get him a McDouble or something. I don't really know, but he was always there.
That would be funny.
But
though.
my dad knew this guy because we would always see him and a few others Amish people at like these auctions, these car auctions, and just auctions in general. Been to a lot with my dad.
Yeah.
And every time we go, we see this guy specifically. I promise you, we go here soon. We're gonna see that guy again.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of roles to it.
Yeah.
But it's just.
I just imagine I imagine a place where like money. You don't even need money because like everyone is like willing to share with everyone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I had this like dream. I guess it's kind of like it's unrealistic. It's definitely unrealistic, and that's why I'm not moving out to anywhere, like giving it up, because it's not real. But that's what I wish. That's what I wish there could be something like that, or like I could start something like that. But it'll never happen, probably. Who knows? Next question. Let me pick one out for you. Dude, what the heck? These are
this don't even
goofy.
make sense.
Is there what when you sleep? Do you ramble on?
Yeah, you're sleeping.
Sleep talk?
You're not.
Is it talking about sleep talking?
Then ask if you sleep talk. Not ramble
Yeah.
on.
Okay. What is this longer one? Is there a particular time?
Link.
Oh, okay. Try for fun. What is the worst fashion? Dude, these questions kind of suck. Alright, Bert, what is it that you're keeping from the world that you wish you weren't? Let it out for us right now.
Ooh, what is it that you're keeping You're keeping from
Dude, we're going to have to get some... We have to make our own questions after this. These questions kind of suck.
Keeping from the world,
Keeping from the world. What you got hidden in there, Bert? What's in the old noggin?
Man.
Let it out, dude.
I feel like there's a lot of things, but since I'm on the spot...
Let it out, bro.
None of them are really, like, showing up.
Dang.
If you want to...
I can state something for you.
For me.
I can state your secrets for the world.
Well, I don't think you know them all.
Probably not.
But we're not the deepest ones.
I'm reading your mind right now. I just. Oh, dude, really? For real? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way.
I mean, I feel like if someone's like...
No, I just read your mind. I just read your, like, deepest secret. Are
what
you
is
for
it?
real? That's insane. No, I can't say it. It's too bad. I can't believe it, though. That was crazy. That was the craziest thing I ever heard in my life.
Deepest secret I'm keeping from the world, man. I don't know.
You're a woman.
Yeah, thanks.
I was born a woman.
You're right. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't like because I'm so open about a lot of things.
Yeah, that's my thing.
But maybe I'm so open.
Yeah.
That like there's even deeper levels of secret.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's my thing is that like I'm open about everything. I'm not worried. I think the only people that I can't be like open around is like
mom.
Yeah, like my family, because I never show like
it's like
I never show like the wild side to them, kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like since now that it's been so long, it's like I get too nervous to like open up in that way around them, and so it's my own fault. It's not their fault. Well, I mean, I am like this because I fear, what they think, but that's still my fault.
Right. Well, you want
like
your
80-20.
You want your friends to see a side of you that you don't want your parents to see because you're more on a pedestal.
But like I'm
them.
really jealous of people who like their parents like I'm very, very glad that my mom was like strict, because otherwise I don't know what kind of person I would be, right? But like now that I'm this age, like I'm really jealous of people whose parents like don't care about anything and just let them do anything, and they're like their friend, because like now I'm past the point of being raised. Like I don't need to be raised anymore. It's like you always say like, oh, you're like, I'm not your friend, I'm your mom, and I agree, that's like how it should be. But like now maybe you could be my friend. I don't know how it works, but like since my parents are like pretty strict, like I can't be like wild,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
So I was like the opposite growing up.
Maybe once I move out finally, then I'll be myself.
But like then you have even more respect for your parents. That's what I've learned. Because you're away from them.
Yeah.
And then it's like...
It's not about respect. It's not like I respect them like a lot. That's why I follow their rules. If I didn't respect them, then I would just break all their rules and not care.
Maybe that's not the word I should have used. But it's just like you have a closer bondage, I guess, to them.
Well, because you have to. Because you don't live with them anymore.
Right.
You have to care enough to like keep a relationship.
Yeah. Everybody should keep a good relationship with their parents.
Yeah, you should. Family is really important.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I don't always like show that to them, but that's like really what I believe.
Yeah.
For like my whole family.
I was gonna say, so like I was kind of the opposite of the strict parents. Very opposite, because my parents were never really together. Like, they got married when I was 3, and I think that lasted a few months. I mean, no disrespect. I love the both of them. Yeah. They're cool with each other.
Not funny, but...
Yeah. Anyway, honestly, I didn't realize they got married until, like, a conversation with my mom not too long ago.
Oh, wow.
So, but no, I was always, like, at somebody's house. You know, my dad was always working, doing what he could to raise and support me in the best ability, or to best of his ability, and he did great. I'll say that, man. Like, he literally raised me.
Yeah.
So I was with my grandparents a lot, which is still family. But as I got older, got into elementary school, I remember 3rd grade is like when I started skateboarding. I was 8 years old. Met one of my best friends. Even till this day, I don't see him that much, but he knows where we started. He skated, got me into it. His brother skateboarded. His brother was so good, he probably still could get on a board and do the same things, like down handrails, down stairs.
Dang.
This dude should have been pro, you know.
Should have been Tony Hawk.
Tony Hank. And I just remember we would go skating at the Harps, or at the time I think it was Price Cutter or Price Chopper, where Harps in Russellville is now. Not Harps.
$10.
$10 is now.
Wasn't it always Harps before?
No.
Was it something else?
It was.
I didn't know that.
It was Price Chopper.
Price Cutter?
Price Chopper.
Cash Saver?
Price Cutter is what it was.
I only know about Cash Saver. What's Price Cutter? Okay, same. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, so?
So we go out. I'd stay the weekends at their house. My dad would give me like $10-$20, right? Every weekend.
Yeah.
And then to me, that was $1 million. I was like,
yeah, well, especially back at that time.
Yeah.
It was worth a lot more.
So I'm like 8 years old and staying at their house. We go skate till like 2 or 3 in the morning, like in the parking lots. We'd always just go have the best time that we could, you know what I'm saying? We do that, and then there's other like things we would get into. Probably shouldn't have, but I'm alive, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm still here. And I felt like having that freedom, in a way, my dad was kind of like, this is how it was for me, and I turned out all right. Turned out great, by the way, not all right. It's like, so, my boy's smart enough that this is it, you know?
Yeah.
He's fine. Like, I'd ride my bike across town at like 9-10 years old, which now kids are doing that. There's a lot of kids doing that anyway, but back in the day, a lot of kids did that. But the difference between, like, a lot of strict parents, not yours, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of strict parents, I feel like the parent can be so strict until it's like the child's 18.
Oh, yeah, dude. So many people do it. It's so weird.
And then that child, kid, whatever it is, goes out.
And they go crazy.
Dude.
Yeah, they go crazy.
And it's like, look what you've done.
That's because here's the difference, and this is what I intend. I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast. No, I talked about this with a friend recently. When I have a kid, when I set rules, which I intend to be somewhat strict, because I'm a strict person. You know, I don't do a lot of stuff that people do, right? You know, I don't drink, I don't do drugs at all, or like blah blah.
I don't either, by the way.
I don't accept like a lot of things that are normal in the world right now. So I intend to be strict in that sense. And however, the difference is that I will not set a rule that I can't explain. So, like my kid,
that's good.
My kid will be like pushed, not pushed. Like they will be encouraged to ask why I say no if they want to do something, right? They're going to be encouraged to ask because, you know, they should always, like, they should know why. Because, like, you know, this is, like, a problem. I think, you know, my dad could always tell me why stuff. But, you know, I used to always ask when I was a kid. I would say, why? Like, my mom would say no to something. I would say, why? Like, it doesn't make sense. It's so dumb. There's no reason, Mom. And then she would say, because I told you. That doesn't work for a kid, bro.
No.
All that does is make the kid low-key, like, resent you for that.
And it keeps going. They'll keep asking.
Yeah. Yeah, it does not, like, you know, it's like, I understand that you have the authority and you can put a stop to it by saying that, and it's like, okay, it's fine when it's done. But, like, that's not, like, I don't think that's a proper way to raise a kid. Like, I think you should be able to explain why, So one, the kid can respect you, because you can actually provide like a reason for why, and two, so they can understand why it's not good for them to go there or to do that thing. So if a kid says 16-year-old kid says, I want to go to this party, there's they're trying to not maybe there's alcohol and drugs and stuff, but they're trying to not say that part of it or whatever, and maybe they don't even intend to do anything bad there, but you as the parent know, you go there, things happen that you might not expect, or you might be thinking that you're gonna go there and not drink, but then you find yourself drinking, doing a drug that you didn't want to do. Okay, so parents can look out for you in a way that you can't look out for yourself when you're a kid. You get too caught up in popularity or those kind of things, wanting to fit in, right? So I never cared about parties. I'm just talking about potential future, but you got to be able to explain why. So that's why. A kid might not be able to see, but you have to explain that to them.
Right.
Because they can't see. That's the thing. They can't see. So you have to explain. Otherwise, if they could see, then they wouldn't want to go to the parties, right? Then they would be like, all right, well, I don't really need to be there. Who cares about a party? I don't need to be there. It's not worth it anyways. So that's the thing is you got to be able to explain why, and that'll be beneficial, and that'll also provide your child with the tools necessary to reason through future decisions when you're not there. Because if you don't teach your kid how to make good decisions, which, by the way, the only way to teach a kid anything is by doing so yourself, because kids don't learn from you telling them what to do. They learn from watching you, right? So you have to make good decisions, and you have to show them how you make good decisions so that you can equip them with the tools to make their own good decisions, because you cannot follow your kid everywhere. You can't helicopter parent your kid. You can't shelter your kid, right? All those things produce negative outcomes, usually.
Well, it's just a fear from the parents a lot of times.
Yeah, I mean, and it's okay to be scared, but you have to teach them properly. That's the only way to combat all these things, is to teach them properly.
Yeah. And
so
I think my dad was always give it a try. You know what I mean? No, seriously.
It's wild.
Because he knew, being his offspring, how he's dealt with things. The DNA is going to be very similar. Obviously, half of them. It's I know how my son's going to react to this. So it's he already knows what's going to happen. So that's why I think it was also so open as well. Yeah. Which I didn't. I'm like you. It's I don't really drink. I don't do any drugs, anything like that.
Right.
But I feel there's a bias in me somewhere, and maybe that's why I'm so sporadic about things. Very people are why is this dude so happy a lot of times? It's it's the way of life, dude.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
It's a good dopamine.
Why,
you gotta, huh?
I said I've heard that about myself. Not people saying why is he so happy, but I've heard people say
which is so joyful and
I don't know what I don't know what the right word is, but what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone who knows us, we're me and Bert, we're not always 100% ourselves on the podcast. You can't really be fully yourself on the internet, right? You got to put on a little bit of an act. Yeah. You can't be 100% yourself. But me and Bert are the kind of people that we never get down, we're always up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to. Even on a rainy day.
It's just a mindset at the end of the day. You have the mindset where you just can't let I don't know what your philosophies are or whatever, but you can't let anything ruin your day.
Yeah.
If something bad happens, you can. Here's the thing, man. You always have the choice of whether to have a good day or a bad day. It's up to you. Mm-hmm. It's not up to anything else. So if something bad happens to you in a day, you have the choice. You can decide whether you want to let it ruin your day, or if you want to move on from it and have a good day. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's so applicable. That's applicable every single day, bro. And that's like for me, it's kind of gotten to the point where like when things happen to me, like I honestly forget about them like almost immediately. Like there was one day where like I was driving, and I don't know why, dude. Like there was like a period of time when I was driving in Russellville that like cars were running red lights right in front of me. Like it happened multiple times in like a short period, but
citizens arrest.
Yeah, for real, bro.
Watch out.
No, I got so mad. Like I sent my girlfriend like a big text about how mad I was that day because I just needed to like let it out. But like that happened. I was on the way to church, so bad timing, maybe good timing in a way, but I was on the way to church and like I was about to drive through, like it had just turned green. I was driving through and they just and like went straight through it. And dude, like literally like this far away from the front of my car, like a few inches maybe, the length of Bert.
Just the tip.
Just a few inches. Anyways, I honked at them and I was like screaming. I really wanted to turn left and chase them, but obviously,
and then you would have caused more chaos.
Yeah, it would turn in a worse situation if I'd done that. Obviously, like no, like I didn't actually have any intention to do that. It's just something I like wanted to do, if you know what I mean, not genuinely want. But I drove off. I parked in the parking lot. Yeah, I was nervous because like I almost got hit. So I was nervous, and I was in the parking lot. I texted my girlfriend that message because I was so mad. And I was really thinking, like, I just want to chase him down and, like, kill him, And, like, I texted her that angry message, and I went in the church, and I forgot about it. And then, like, when it happened again, like, a few weeks later, I didn't send any message. Like, they just ran the red light, and blah, blah. I was, like, kind of angry about park. I literally, like, I remember I forgot to even tell, like, anyone that happened. Like, it just
it's not worth it.
Flat on my mind. Like, but, some people, like, that would happen, and they'd just be steaming on it all day. And it's like, man, you are letting that, like, ruin your day. Like, you're letting the small things ruin your life.
Yeah.
Every day. If something small happens every day, which it probably does. Something small can happen every day. Like, there's something that you could let get to you every single day. But you just can't. And, being a positive person, like, obviously combats that. Like, those things that might could ruin your day, like, are gonna happen a lot less if you're always happy and like having a good time with everyone. And I mean, it's just all about your mindset. Yeah, it's all about your mindset.
No, I relate to that, man, and I keep going back to this because it's so relevant and very recent. Is that living in Florida, right?
Yeah.
So much stuff that you see daily, you're just like, oh, right?
Yeah.
But you're like in a rat race, especially in Orlando. There's 2 million people in that town. You're in such a rat race. It's like you don't let these little things really bother you.
Yeah.
You start appreciating the stupid stuff. Not like what happens, but like knitting or what. Oh man, not that's what me, would personally be into. But like sometimes like little stuff at home, you're like, oh, this is great. You start to really care about a lot more.
That is another thing.
Because you just see so much of that.
Yeah, you got to be thankful for everything that you have. All the time.
Yeah.
You have to always be thankful for everything all the time. And if you can do that, then you can be happy all the time. You can stay positive when you're always aware of like wow, life could suck.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
No. Music too. Music's a big thing of like what can bring you up and what can bring you down.
Actually, I use music to bring me down, but like in a good way.
Yeah,
like, I use music to like feel like really sad emotions, but without being like sad, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like it makes me like feel like a deep emotion that's sad.
Like a
but
very melancholic.
I'm not sad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sad, but I feel that like emotion. If that makes sense.
Yeah, very melancholic kind of feel.
I don't exactly know like how to use the word melancholic, so I'm not gonna I don't want to agree and be wrong.
Yeah,
but like maybe.
And I guess I say it because there's a lot of songs I listen to that I feel that way.
Oh yeah.
But
you got to be thankful, bro. Like dude, you could be like people don't understand like especially in this country, like everyone wants to be a victim of something, but like they don't understand that like. Dude, have you ever seen when people go to like Africa, like those really poor African countries, and
where there's like 5 of them on a moped?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, never mind.
But you know, there's like people there who like they're like skin and bone, and like they're like hurting for food, and like, you know, they gotta walk like 10 miles there and then 10 miles back just to get water from a well, and they gotta carry it on their head, you know, and they walk back and everything.
Sounds like
and
the
like,
Amish.
Yeah, a little bit. But like, you know, those people, like, bro, you see videos of those people, they're happy.
Yeah.
Like, once again, you know, I hate to bring this up again, but like, you ever heard of depression in Africa, in a poor country?
No.
You ever heard of a third world child needing therapy? You ever hear about that?
It's only the United States.
It doesn't happen. So like, you know,
or North America.
You know, it's all about like your mindset. Like, those people, like, they have nothing, so they're thankful for everything.
Yeah.
We have everything, and we're thankful for nothing. Not you and me, but like this country. So, you know, it's really backwards. Like,
a lot of people are that way.
Not
all
people.
You guys.
Not everyone, of course, but like a lot of people are not thankful, or like, you know, they're only thankful like sometimes. So like, but you gotta stay thankful all the time. Like, bro, you gotta wake up in the morning and be like, I'm living another day.
Yeah.
You gotta wake up in the morning and be like, I'm not sick right now. You know?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I'll be driving in my car and I'll randomly realize, hey, I don't have a sore throat.
Yeah, and
praise God. Like,
you
I
think
don't have a sore throat right now.
You think of times when you've had it and you're like, dude, it sucks.
Yeah.
You know?
Praise God. You know? Like, I don't have a sore throat. Like, this is great. This is amazing. Or like, you know, oh, I'm not broke. I can go buy a Mountain Dew if I want to today. Yeah. I'm not broke. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm doing this podcast right now.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You know? I have parents. I have 2 parents. I have a brother. Like, that's amazing. I have friends. I have a ton of friends. I love all my friends. That's amazing. I have I have many really close relationships, which I think, like, you know, like maybe not a lot of people, you know, guys like us probably do, but like not a lot of people have like a lot of close relationships.
Yeah.
I feel like most people just have like a small few, like really close friends that they can stay with, and then maybe just more like casual friends.
Yeah.
But I have like a lot of like really close friends, to the point that like I can't make time for all of my like close friends, which is kind of like sad. You know, it's kind of sad that I have to like let go of like some friends to spend time with others, and it really just depends on like what phase of life I'm in and like who's around me and that kind of thing. But you know, I mean, even for us, like, we're really close, but like you went to Florida, so
yeah,
we couldn't be close during that time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
it's just like that, but like got a lot of close friends.
Yeah.
And
my dad's always taught me, he's like, be thankful for what you got.
Yeah.
Because people that don't have that. You
yeah.
know? And also,
always.
What I was gonna say earlier is like my grandpa. He would always be like, if it wasn't meant to happen, it wasn't meant to happen. Basically, like,
true.
I go to buy a vehicle or something like that, and like it gets sold from under me. He's like, well, it wasn't meant to be, you know. And there's always been something better come after that. Every closed door, there's an open door.
Exactly.
You know, and that's what people, they'll get down, they'll get so depressed, and
yeah, bro.
They'll just like
they put too much weight on what they want instead of just realizing like what you need, or like, you know, or like just realizing like you don't have to always get what you want.
Right, it's like the Stones song.
You can't always get what you want.
And if more people would listen,
but if you try sometimes, you just might find. Come on with me. You get what you need.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
It's true though.
It's true.
It's so true. It was like the Kanye song, On Sight, where he's like, I think he sampled it. He's like, they give us what we need. It may not be what we want.
Yeah, I haven't listened to much Kanye, but I think only from you, to be honest. Besides that, congratulations
Probably,
album I was telling you about.
But yeah, like, you know, it's true. Like this is good. I like Billie Eilish a lot. Her music, anyways. You know, I don't know much about her, but I really love Billie Eilish music. You know,
shout out to Billie.
Go ahead and make fun of me in the comments. I welcome it. But she actually makes really good music. The music is really good. You know, she might be like an edgy, like, you know, whatever, like emo, blah blah blah. But she makes good music. I don't care about anything else. There's a song from her where she says like I had a dream that I got everything I wanted. Oh gosh, what did she say? I remember basically the lyrics was like she had a dream where she got everything she wanted, and it turned out to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Because when you get everything you want, like, you don't, like, what you want is not always what's good for you.
Yeah.
And that's like, that's where you have to go into that, like, philosophy of, like, you can't base your decisions on your feelings, right?
Yeah.
Because desire is a feeling. It's not a logic. It's not illogical.
Money could change a person, man.
Logical. Money?
Yeah, I mean, that's how you get what you want.
Oh, I see what you're saying. What you're saying. Yeah. Well, yeah, true. Definitely. You see people ruin their lives when they get money. There's a clip of some guy talking about, maybe it was Jordan Peterson. Again, I got to shout my boy out, JP. But always, you're getting tired of hearing about him.
No.
But he was talking about how he had like a client one time who, like, if he was broke, then he wasn't dead. And, like, when he got money, then he was able to go out and buy more drugs, and he eventually, like, OD'd and died. But, like, when he was broke, then he wasn't alive. And it's like, like, that's like a pretty unfortunate example of, like, if you can have everything you want, that most people will turn their life into a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
It takes, well, actually, sorry.
No, you're good. Keep going.
If you got everything you want, then for all people, it will turn your life into a nightmare. Yeah. So want being a feeling, not saying like you thought about it and you decided what you should have, right. But like your instinctual desires. If everybody got just what they wanted, in the moment, that momentary like feeling of like desire, then every person would ruin their life. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. I've heard that, like, people that go to Vegas and like play the slots and stuff, literally they'll spend their entire savings and everything, and they literally go homeless. Yeah, it's right crazy. There.
It's crazy.
I don't know the statistics on it, but there's a lot of homeless people in Vegas, dude.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot. Yeah, it's just crazy. You have all this money, you think you're gonna get more and more and more, and then you're like rock bottom.
Yep.
There's a rapper, MC, that I listen to.
Okay.
And his name is Mickey Avalon. A lot of my friends know that I'm a big fan of Mickey.
Okay.
And Mickey's kind of lived that life, right? Like, legitly, though.
Uh-huh.
And you can tell in his lyrics. I mean, even like him talking about things or whatever.
Live what life?
Just
getting everything he wanted?
No, like the rock bottom kind of life.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right? But now, like, he always comes out with dancers on the stage. His dancer now has, like, her legs cut off right here, and she's got a prosthetic.
Okay.
She's, like, dancing on stage. Like, that's the kind of, like, dude Mickey is.
Okay.
Which is pretty awesome,
Yeah, that's cool.
But a lot of his lyrics, like, over time in his albums, I'm just like, man, it just makes me, like, think of that. Just how rock bottom, like, some people really live, Yeah. And apparently even him, a lot of them cap, right? But Mickey's not really in the scene. He's, like, very underground. Like, this dude's got, like, a drummer while he's rapping right now, apparently.
Dang.
So, and he's got a guitar player as well, because a lot of his style is basically glam rap, like glam rock, but like, he's rapping at the same time.
Interesting.
But anyway, it's pretty dope. But
wow. Very interesting. All right. Well, I think it might be about time to wrap it up.
Leave it up on that note.
Let's do this. You guys leave us some questions. Come up with the wildest question you can think of. Let's try to not go too crazy. Actually, let me reel it back a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna reel it in a little bit.
Yes.
Let's not go too crazy. If it's too crazy, we just can't answer it. Don't get too personal.
If it's too crazy, I'll try to answer it.
We'll do our best.
Yeah.
We'll do our best. Ask whatever you want. We'll answer it. That's 100% guarantee, or your money back.
Don't get us canceled.
Please don't get us canceled.
Or your money back.
Don't get me kicked out of my house. All right. You know the drill. Comment, subscribe.
Try some of this cucumber water as well.
Cucumber water.
After you comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Follow the Insta, J_B Podcast. Follow it. Hit it up. If you're watching on Spotify, check out YouTube if you want. If you're on YouTube, you got to drive, you got to do some work, pull it up on Spotify.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's also on Apple Music.
It's also on Apple Music, but nobody has listened to that yet, so I never talk about it.
I feel like Spotify's the way to go.
Spotify,
or YouTube.
Spotify is just better. Apple sucks. Let's get it out there. Apple sucks. I hate Apple. It sucks. It's terrible. I can't even believe people use it. I don't like Apple at all.
Yeah, I have the iPhone. I know. And AirPods.
iPhones are trendy. That's all they are. Samsungs are better. They're just a better phone.
Look, I've tried too. It just didn't work.
He's tried them.
They didn't work.
It didn't work for him.
No.
It won't work for you either.
So, real quick before we get off.
Real quick.
I've had some good feedback
so
far. I saw a buddy the other day, and I had seen him, and he's had a kid 2 years ago now, I guess, or 3 years ago.
Did you like the kid's name?
Yeah. I mean, anyway, I went to his house the other day, and I ain't seen him really in 3 years because he's had a wife and a kid, and we didn't really get to catch up a lot, but he was like, I feel like listening to the podcast, he's almost like sitting in a chair beside us.
That's what he said?
Yeah.
Nice. That's good.
It feels great.
That's what I want. You know, that's what we wanted.
Yeah.
That was kind of like our vision for this is like, you know, we're not trying to like set up anything. Like, you know, I mean, we had our goofy questions or whatever, but like we want it to be like we want it to be like we're hanging out and anyone who's listening is hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of environment we want to create. Like, we want it to be like, you know, you're gonna come hang out with us, and maybe we're just fun to hang out with. That's what we hope. That's what we hope. We hope we're fun to hang out with, and that if you come and listen, then you're just hanging out with us.
Come on the podcast. We won't turn anybody down.
Dude, we won't. We literally won't turn anyone down. You could be from like California and like smoking crack and like hit us up and be like, I want to come do fentanyl on the podcast for the first time, and we'll be like, bring it on.
Bring it on. We're gonna put them in a restraint chair so they don't do anything crazy.
We'll put a straight jacket on them.
yeah. Looking like what's the dude? Silence of the Lambs.
Hannibal Lecter. Is
Hannibal Lecter. Yeah. Well,
okay.
You can be sitting up in this corner like Hannibal, right?
No cap. Come on down, Mr. Californian, who wants to do fentanyl.
All right.
It's
been real. Tell your friends. Tell your friends' friends. Tell your friends' friends. Grandma's friends.
Tell your friends. Hey. Tell your friends. TJ Maxx workers, cucumber water makers, Diet Mountain Dew vendors, camera salesmans,
third uncles, step sister, in-law, ex-lovers, judges, secretaries, cucumber drinking, contest winning, fourth
places, Ford dealerships, Walmart's employees, neckties, salesmen's, dogs, sisters, brothers, neighbors, cats, lizards, gizzards, buzzards,
boys, girls, cats, and squirrels. To listen to the podcast.
All right.
We'll end it on that note.
To listen to the podcast.
All right.
We're glad you guys came by. Hope you enjoyed it. Tune in next time. What is it? We're trying to do like a Wednesday, Saturday type of schedule.
Wednesday, Saturday, baby.
All right. We're going to be trying to do a Wednesday, Saturday. Hopefully it works out. However, that's just filming. Uploads might be the day after. It might be Thursday. I should be able to get Saturdays. You know what? Wednesday, Saturday. We're glad you came by.
See you then.
We'll see you later. Peace.